So the first lesson I learned from my first date is my last relationship with my ex prepared me for dating and simultaneously put me at a disadvantage. You know, throughout this show, which the ex and I did for almost 2 years together, there was a lot of things that we discussed because, again, we talked about changing the conversation around Black relationships. And one of the primary things that he used to say was, as women, we need to understand the difference between attention and intention. And that is something that I took to heart, right? I remember the first time my ex said it on the show, it was just like, wow, you were so right. Because I am a woman who's used to getting attention. I've never lacked in the attention department. But I recognize that I've always recognized not all attention is good attention. I obviously knew that. But when he really broke it down to, it's the men that are intentional about you, that show up, right? That's when I was just like, if I'm ever going to be single, I have to be cognizant of that. I have to be cognizant of the men who want me versus wanting this. Because this isn't me. It is the package in which I come in, but it isn't who I am in my entirety. And so he's definitely prepared me for the fact that I am only interested in men who are intentional about me. And sometimes that's tough to figure out because, you know, not everybody that comes with the full court press. As I said to someone the other day, like, some people are coming at me with a very, very full court press, and it seems nice. However, I know that there are levels to this shit. Now, the part where he, as I say, simultaneously, let me tell you exactly the words I just used, put me at a disadvantage is this. My ex and I got into a relationship within 10 days of meeting. And we met virtually. So we were in a relationship before we actually met in person. We met virtually on October 18th. We were in a relationship on October 28th. And we did not physically see each other until, I'd have to look back at my flight records, which I don't know I have, but it was like November the 11th, 10th, 11th, or 12th, like one of those days. So probably within 3 weeks of meeting virtually, we actually saw each other in person, and we were in a full-fledged relationship. It was me and him. We were together. That's what it was. I know that relationships don't move that fast. I know that. Like, I know that was us, and that's what worked for us. And it could have been because it was COVID. Like, there were many reasons why a relationship may have moved at lightning speed, but it did. And I spent, almost 3 years with that person. And that's the part for me where I'm like, here I had, despite some of the things that we've since learned that, the ex has done, which again, that was after we were no longer together. We had, again, a really good ride. And so I'm now back on the market, hoping to have that, knowing that it was like a 1 in a million potential chance of that happening. And I'm kind of bummed about it.